everybody. It's Saturday. It's the end of the week. I've decided we're going to just start doing this on Saturday every week and not Thursday. On the weeks that I do work Saturday, I'll still get them out on Saturday. Though they might be a little later, but they'll be out on Saturday. I'm happy about that decision. I hope you all have had a good week. It's been an interesting week for me. I was hoping to finish up phase 1 strong this week with Insanity Max. I only got one workout in because I had a cold all week, which wore me out. I thought last week I was at the tail end of it, but I guess I was at the beginning of it. It was in my chest. It just wasn't fun. I feel like I'm over it though today. I still took some medicine for it just to kind of make sure I get it out. So next week we're going to go strong with phase 2. My plan is to go 3 weeks with phase 2 on Insanity Max and then go back to phase 2 of Insanity. Do that for 3 weeks and then I'm on vacation. Looking forward to that. Gonna see some friends we met last year and it should be fun. It should be fun. We're going back to DC and I really like DC, and there's some things that we didn't see. There's some things that we did see that we want to see again. So it should be fun. DC is a great city. What else is going on? We had the big Iowa caucus last week. Next is Monday. Monday we have New Hampshire, and I'm really interested to see how that all turns out, because to me we really have no idea who the winner is going to be. Even though they're trying to say it's Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump looks like they're going to be the big winners, but there's a huge group of people that haven't even decided yet. And so even if, let's say the polls are right now. Rubio is at 17%, Donald Trump's at 28%. So if all the undecideds, let's just say 15% of the undecideds decide to go with Rubio, and then it's just spread kind of evenly throughout the others, that means Rubio will have a huge win. Or what if he ties with, it's going to be interesting to see, because the undecided voters are the ones that are going to decide this election in New Hampshire, and we'll see who drops out. Obviously on the Democratic side, it's Hillary and it's Bernie Sanders, and it seems hard to say who's going to win that. I forget how many undecideds are on the Democratic side, because everybody keeps talking about the Republicans and not so much about what's going on with the Democrats. So I know Bernie Sanders has this huge lead. I keep hearing it and I've completely forgotten all the numbers on that side, because this morning I heard about 2 minutes of what's going on with Bernie Sanders and Hillary and 40 minutes of what's going on with the Republicans on CNN this morning. So I don't remember the 2 minutes that I heard on the Democrats. But it's an interesting race, and it's interesting to me that Bernie Sanders is doing as well as he is. I mean, he's a guy that goes out there and he proclaims to be basically a socialist, and he is part of the Democratic Party, but he's doing really well. It resounds well with the young people, which surprises me for, a 70-some-year-old guy. Hey, when I'm 70 years old, I hope the young people like me. So good for you, Bernie. Good for you. Rubio has been in the headlines. Cruz won. Doesn't really feel like he won, though, does it? I mean, it's all about Rubio. Donald Trump came in second, and Donald Trump's still Donald Trump. What can I say? There's not much to say about that. He's just... Sometimes I feel like he just goes off the top of his head, and I don't know. He's Donald Trump, and that's... He baffles me. Anywho, we had a good week, me and Autumn. Other than having a cold, being really, really exhausted. I had a headache all day Thursday. I got home and I thought the headache was done. I thought I was going to get my second workout of the weekend. And I sat down and I absolutely collapsed. I think, 1, my headache wasn't over and I still had it. 2, the cold was at the peak and just took its toll. And that's what colds do. If you've had a cold this winter, this is the first cold I've had in a really long time in the chest. And Wednesday, when I was working out, the Gryphenissen kicked in, and it was not fun because I was coughing up mucus, and I'm not going to get into it. It was gross. Absolutely gross. But I did get a lot of things done. Besides having the cold, the working out I didn't do because I was really tired. And it's if you run or you work out and you have a cold, you know what I mean when I say it is not easy to work out when you have a chest cold. I've worked out with head colds, no problem, but a chest cold is a whole other story. But I got a lot of work done. I've got my blog just about done for the week because I've just decided I'm going to do the blog on my sermon. I've got the sermon done. I want to do a quick run through on it today, even though today's my day off. I don't care. I'm just going to do a quick run through because the one thing I want to do is improve my speaking, and one of the ways you do that is before you speak, you run through your speech one time in front of either an audience or not an audience, and you figure out what works and what doesn't. And as a speaker in public, you have a good feel for it. So I'm going to run through it real quick again today. Going to finish up a few things on my blog, get that out there tomorrow. The other thing I'm thinking about doing is doing what I'm going to call it either a Monday morning talk or Sunday morning, where I'm just going to cut my sermon and that's all you get. And then on the Facebook page and on the YouTube page for the church, you'll have the full service. So if you just want to see me talking, you'll get that. If you want to see the full thing, you can always go to the church's page and watch it there. And me and Nate got out Let's Talk last week. We got a Let's Talk coming out this upcoming week, and we're going to get ready to film some more next week. We're trying to stay right on top of it. It's a little different. Eventually what I hope to do is take small talk and make small talk more of what Let's Talk used to be. But I've got all these different projects going on, and there's certain things that I feel are more important. So my blog, church, work, YouTube comes second because I make no money on this, but it's fun to do. I enjoy it. We have a small group of people that watch us, and it's fun. I mean, it's a handful of people. We're not getting huge numbers, and we don't care. We enjoy doing it. We enjoy talking about it. This upcoming week, Let's Talk, is going to be all about the movies coming out this summer because me and Nate are both movie geeks. We love movies. There's really not much in the theaters right now. There's Pride, Prejudice, Zombies came out, and I basically read that was a waste of time. The other one that came out that I'm on the fence on is Hail Caesar, and I'm on the fence because it's the Coen brothers, and it's either going to be really good or it's really going to be bad, but it's going to be strange no matter what. And sometimes I like strange movies. I like more of the independent movies. I really like Mordecai, and a lot of people didn't like Mordecai. I thought Mordecai was a great movie. Well written, well acted. It was just, from what I read of what people who actually read the books, it's a lot like the books. And it's just dry British humor in some ways. And it's very sarcastic. And I don't know. I liked it. I liked it. That's all there needs to be. March Madness should be coming upon us soon. It's about the end of February now. Wow, I guess it's the middle. Next week is Valentine's Day. Next Sunday. Hey guys, make sure you get whoever it is that you're dating, married to, a Valentine's. Now, me and Autumn are kind of funny about Valentine's Day. We don't really take it as a day that you need to do something special for each other. We'll have maybe make a special dinner, and by we I mean Autumn, but we don't really. It's not out of our way. We used to be the tradition of watching The Princess Bride. We may watch it this year. We may not. You know what's odd is like 2 years ago, this time of year, there's certain movies that they showed. It felt like they showed them year round, or they really pumped it up this time of year. They don't really do that anymore, and that's You've Got Mail. So I went out and bought it last year because I really liked that movie. So we might watch that. You never know. Taking an extra day off next week. I'm taking a personal day just to recoup. My vacations are kind of weirdly staggered this year. We'll see how it works, if I like it or don't. I have to take 3 personals by July, so by the end of July, so I've got the first 3 all planned, and then the next 2, I don't know when I'll take them. Just whenever I feel like it. Personal days, I generally take 2 when I feel like I'm beginning to get a little drained, a little tired. This cold took a lot out of me, but I'd planned the personal before then. What else is going on? It's been an interesting week. We got Super Bowl Sunday. Are you a Cowboys fan or a Panthers fan? I'm not really either, so I don't care who wins. I kind of probably prefer the Panthers if I'm honest, just because I don't particularly like John Elway or Peyton Manning. But at the same time, I don't really care because at the end of the day, I don't care about the Panthers. And I'm a Detroit Lions fan. If it was the Lions, I'd be like, yeah, go Lions. But when it's a team that I really don't care about, I don't have anything personally against. My issue with John Elway and Peyton Manning is just I feel like they've got blown up egos. But then again, you can say the same thing about Cam Newton. But from what I read, Cam Newton's going to be the quarterback for the next 10 years that's going to be in the headlines, and this is probably just the first of many Super Bowl appearances for him. But we'll see. I mean, Peyton Manning, out of his tenure of being a quarterback, he's only made the Super Bowl, this is his second time, if I recall. Now his brother Eli's made it several times. He's won it several times, so I think he'd really like to get that extra ring just to say he's not a one Super Bowl win quarterback. It seems to me like for the last 10 years plus, the big thing was New England against the Colts or Brady against Peyton Manning for the Super Bowl. And it was a great clash. And this year, it's kind of a classic again because it was Manning, Brady, so that was kind of neat. And the Panthers they tore up the Cardinals to get here. So we'll see. We'll see. I saw a statistic that said the winner of any playoff game coming into the playoff, like if they won their division by 40 plus points, they lost the Super Bowl. Only 2 teams have not done that. We'll see if that stat stands true. Some people just like the commercials. I feel like commercials have downgraded. Like, I don't like commercials anymore. Commercials, half the time, I don't even know what they're advertising. It's pathetic. Winter has returned to where I live. It went away this week, or last weekend. It was in the 60s, almost pushed into the 70s by the middle of the week, and then brutally returned yesterday. And it came back, not with a vengeance. It's pretty nice out today, really. No wind. It's 30 or 40 degrees outside, but Monday it's supposed to be snow again. But we'll see. I feel like we might go into one more cold snap, and then spring's going to come, and I can't wait because it's the worst winter. If it just got cold, stayed cold, and we had snow, I probably wouldn't complain, and I'd be okay. But I really want to get outside, get some work done. I really need to get a table built, so I'm hoping to later today, or maybe tomorrow, with the help of Nate and Autumn, to get the one part of my basement all cleaned up so I can start getting the wood shop set up down there and get the table made, and then the chairs will come later. But I need to get the tables first. Those are priority number 1 because if I don't have the tables, I have nowhere to set people. But we're going to do 3 tables and then 6 benches and 2 chairs for the end. And that way we can sit, I think we figured out that we can sit about 13, 16 people around the tables, and that'll be great. Because we have this big long strip, we can sit them, we can get all the food up on the porch. It's a multi-tiered porch, and maybe someday if you go to my Facebook and Twitter page, you'll see pictures of it there. It's really, when we bought the house, I had in my mind a vision to create a backyard for entertainment, and that vision is coming too, and we just got a few more things to do with that. What else? I don't know much more, but it's been a good week other than the cold, but it's been a good week with that. Even so, next week I hope to get my exercise in and see some actual results from that, because this week without the cold, when I still did my measurements and the weigh-in, and nothing really changed. I lost 0.1 pound. Woohoo! And I really don't care about the pounds. I just kind of keep track of that to keep track of it. I want to get back down to where by Easter I can actually button the top button of my shirt, and my pants don't feel so snug because I just don't want to have to go out and buy new clothes. It's really it. That's kind of the funny thing this week. I was thinking about this is I didn't get all wrapped up and I didn't get upset that I couldn't work out. But there was a time that I would have, and I think what I'm more interested now is growing in my journey with Christ and taking like care of my spiritual fitness. And so the thing is, I'm more concerned on whether or not I'm getting my devotions in and getting my reading and all of that in. And the one thing that me and Autumn are really working hard on is getting rid of the distractions. And that's what really helped this week. As one of the distractions we felt was TV. So I just kind of took the TV out of the picture and said I'm not watching TV. And because I unplugged the TV, I got all this work done that I hadn't been getting done, and I really, really liked it. Such as today, later on today, instead of watching TV, I'm going to pick up my book and read it, because I'd really like to finish my one book, get on to the other book. I need to start getting everything set up and planned for my Easter series, which is going to be called The Cross and Forgiveness, because I think the cross is a representation of God's grace and forgiveness, and we've been talking about grace for the last few weeks, and I'm really excited to get this all wrapped up because it's really been a great sermon on Galatians. I got the blog coming out tomorrow. I've got Monday morning talk coming out Monday, so be on the lookout for that. It'll probably come out late Sunday night, though, because it's easier for me to do that because I got to be working Monday morning. But I'll get that out. And I was having issues with my print shop, the Photoshop, whatever it's called. So I actually just went ahead and I discovered on my Office, my Windows Office package, I have a program that I can use, and I like it a lot easier. It's a lot easier to use. It's a lot better to use. I'm going to actually show it to Autumn because maybe something she'd like to do the bulletins on. I don't know. And I got to get, that's okay, I got to get Office on her computer, and I keep forgetting to do that. Whew, man. Hey, what have you guys been listening to music-wise? I've been listening to a real mix this week of I Am They and Ren Collection and Crowder. I like I Am They. They're a new group. I think I've talked about them before. They're really, really good. Ren Collective, they're really good. I love them. It's funny because yesterday I went into work, and when I drive to work, I listen to a hodgepodge of music. I just kind of flip through the stations. And so I listened to Van Halen and Deep Blue Something. And one of my coworkers, I don't know, I think people in their mind, they think of pastors and they think, oh, they're boring and they have boring lives and blah, blah, blah. They can't have fun. They can't listen to this. They can't watch movies. And I went in and I was like, oh man, I listened to Van Halen's Why Can't This Be Love? And then I listened to Deep Blue Something, Breakfast at Tiffany's. And she's like, are you sure you're a pastor? Because I'm not sure you're supposed to be. Anyways, I think it's funny when people get this like preconceived idea of what pastors are supposed to be and aren't not supposed to be. I do believe that there's certain things we shouldn't watch and there's certain things that we can watch, and I do try to be careful about that. Well, I don't want to go too far, but it's been fun. I will be back next week with End of the Week Ramblings. Look out, Monday morning talk coming out, and then also my blog will come out. I will put a link to my blog spot on here so you guys can watch it. There's a lot of videos on there because I just usually post my videos on here on the blog spot. I will put my Facebook and my Twitter. I'm really enjoying Twitter. I may get on Instagram and just start taking different pictures throughout the day and maybe putting some pictures up. I haven't really decided. I don't know. Instagram, Autumn's on Instagram and she likes it and doesn't at the same time. And I'm enjoying Twitter. I actually really enjoy Twitter. So hey, look guys, I think I've expended my time here, but it's good talking to you guys. It's been fun. Have a good week. We will talk to you later. And that's it. Bye.